Chief Leitner was asked at a work session if officers were exhausted mentally and physically from the demands of the job in the social media era. Leitner believed there was no problems at all. The local police labor union saw it differently. Members of the Huber Heights Police Department packed council chambers after they have felt the burden of picking up a lot of overtime in the last year. They would like to see the city hire additional officers to alleviate some of the burden.
So no matter how many cops are on the street, if someone is working extra shift to cover that, because that's an overtime extra shift, that's going to be overtime no matter how many cops we have. No matter how many cops we have on staff, if they're working at the rows, then that is going to be paid out in overtime because that's not part of their regular shift.
Last week, the city said they had been able to maintain their staffing levels by having personnel stay over from the previous shift or the next morning come in earlier. The main issue the Fraternal Order of Police feels is members are picking up overtime so they won't be called in when they have serious conflict with a personal schedule, like being a parent, coach, or teacher. They also said extra training need to handle crisis intervention calls has added to the stress.
Is almost above and beyond what their qualifications are through the police academy, where we do have to start providing different training if we're going to expect and ask them to take care of our community.
A study done by the city showed crime had been down, but calls for service had been up. Huber Heights has 50 police officers. The maximum could be at 55. The big debate was if the discussion should go any further before the new city manager arrives. Some council members said yes, others said no. Eventually, they decided to wait till a work session on September 19th.
We have a history of making sure that the benefits are top-notch. And I think from a training perspective, they're getting the best training possible. Is it time that we hire more police officers? My personal opinion is yes.
Huber Heights Mayor Jeff Gore says at the September 19th work session, they'll discuss the need of additional police officers with Chief Leitner and the new city manager. In studio, Seth Bird, 2 News.